Okay, fellas, so here's the new steam coil design. Got a little bit of a flame baffle in the front there. We're gonna test this nozzle size. I'm gonna change this out to a flared fitting tomorrow. I just want to get this thing on the roll here. See what this new coil setup can do. We're now gonna use some of that heat off the combustion chamber, preheat. And this thing ought to be pretty gnarly. So, had a gentleman from a machine shop wanted to purchase one of these to clean up one of his pieces of machinery. And I didn't want to sell him one made out of copper coil. So this one's for you, brother. And we're going to see how this thing works. Yeah, here is a before shot of the only greasy objects I have available at the moment. See, that's pretty nasty. Okay, so in the end, did clean this piece up pretty nice. This thing is filthy. I didn't hit it very hard, just kind of a quick once over. So got this piece of copper artifact here that we can look at also. All right, fellas, in conclusion to all that, we saw a fire sticking out about this far, which isn't the end of the world. Like I said, I kind of like that extra heat going at the work, but it could damage plastic parts if you're not careful. I've already done that with my exhaust fan baffle. So, something to think about. Be very careful. I still kind of like that extra heat, heating up the area. It's helping, I can tell. Especially when it comes to getting that sticker off of there. I wouldn't have been able to blast that sticker off so easily without that. So, definitely a plus with the extra heat. The coil is standing up phenomenal. This thing's gonna last forever at this rate. Doesn't even look like nothing was happening. You know, I didn't even get a chance to see what was going on right here. I'll be damned. So much is going on at once, guys, that I haven't even had a chance to play with different flame settings. I'm just getting this thing where it sounds gold and then going with it. There may be higher levels of operation here that we have not examined because I just haven't taken the time to dial it in. Once it starts sounding, goes from sounding like a jet engine to a rocket engine, that's when I know I'm hot enough to do something with, and I pretty much just start the show. I really like that heat moderator there, the way that was. Held the flame back a little bit, but not quite enough. I don't know that I even want a flame shroud around this of any kind. I mean, is it really necessary? This thing ain't made for doing the upholstery in your car. I mean, this is for heavy duty cleaning, guys. It's probably a dumb idea to clean a lathe with steam, but if it was high enough temperature, it wouldn't get everything super soaking wet. That's the other advantage of this device that none of the ones on the market currently can offer. I can provide steam probably well into the 1,000-degree range with this device. We could have this coil running red hot, 1,900 degrees if you want, if we for some reason needed steam that hot. So tonight I'm chopping this off. I do not like the size of that orifice. It's too big. It did clean, it did cut that grease off of there real nice, but I don't know. You know when something can work better. You just know. Oh yeah. I kind of sprayed this thing just a bit. I didn't want to do the whole thing. I wanted to leave some dirty for like instant perspective. I'll try to get the before and after shot. The fact that it stripped that sticker off. You seen when I tried to tear it and it left the big paper portion left? That's the worst, man, and it pretty much took care of that. It even started cleaning the grease away here. You can see some of the old grease. My poor jacks. They've been exposed to water. How dare you? See what I do for you guys? So there it is, man. See over here, it kind of got the fooling around. This is ground in slick, nasty oil and dirt. It's not going anywhere. Just wanted to show you guys that it can clean the really tough stuff. Now here's the thing, I know what you're saying. A guy left me a comment saying that his 140 bar pressure washer could have did that job in 10 seconds or 20 seconds. You know, and I'll agree to that. A pressure washer can do quite a bit of work in a short amount of time, but the damn mess you make. This is minimal right here, guys. This whole place would be a splattered black mess. I would have splattered black grease blobs everywhere in here if I'd have just pressure washed this. Pressure washers spray stuff all over the place, including right back in your face. So both devices use a lot of energy. This particular one uses heat versus kinetic, because whether the molecules are hot or high velocity, you're going to get the similar effect. I prefer this because, like I said, I could take this and clean apart right here on the bench. And this is like 3 gallons of water right here, guys. So not a terrible mess. It's just a little bit of water. If you're cleaning a simple part, a small part, you're looking at a 1/4 gallon of water. This thing has a very low flow rate. And I'm currently working on ways to eliminate the need for this pump section. They do make a electric water pump that gets up to 130 psi that I have in the mail on the way, because this whole thing's dangerous. You don't want to put water in a steel tank, guys. So my next invention is an apparatus that looks like this, which is where essentially we're just going to take one of my waste oil burner siphon nozzles and we're going to cause it to draw a vacuum in the steam coil. It's going to pull water into the steam coil under 14.5 psi's of atmospheric pressure. Well, not quite that much, because we can't produce a 100% vacuum, obviously. But we're going to have a big coil, maybe bigger than the 1/4 inch, that's going to pull water into the coil, and it's going to have an air assist. The air itself will be doing a lot of the cleaning work. So we could have steam being pulled by vacuum through the coil, through that center tube there, and then the annular ring is the high pressure air. So we could augment the steam cleaning action with a high velocity annular jet of air. I think it'll work. It wouldn't be as much steam, but we don't need like tremendous amounts of steam for this to work. The air is also going to be heated, not quite as much as the steam, but I think this is a real winner right here, guys. And this is probably going to be a pretty cool little setup, and it just so happens that my wall's out of stock. I'm running out of stuff. So I went and picked up all these pieces, and we are going to build that coil, and we're going to try a vacuum setup as well. But for the most part, this right here is for sale. This thing's ready. Like I said, I am going to cut this off and give us a different nozzle setup with these flared fittings. And these end caps will have the nozzle hole in there. I'm going to study nozzles tonight before I do any geometry. Probably going to be a slit cut across the top of one of these to give us a fan action. But I want to read into it and learn a little bit before I go design him. Any tips for this person? And for the most part, this is a huge hit. I am very pleased with the performance of this thing tonight. And the nozzle was not optimum. So anybody interested in purchasing one of these, I'm going to do my best to keep the price under $250. It cost a lot of money to build this thing, you guys. The coil and all that stuff. And if I can just get the pump situation dealt with, that's the hard part. So if you're interested in buying one of these, if you have a job that you think just has to have this particular tool, then hit me up at my email. It's in the description. And I'll holler at you guys later. I got to tear a car apart now. I need to clean jacks to do it.